My name's Daniel, and this is the V8 Go-Kart. Welcome back, everybody. I'm making a video every day until Cleetus invites me to the Freedom Factory. Hopefully we can do donuts and burnouts with this thing one day. Appreciate you guys all coming back. Yesterday we worked on the seat a little bit. I'm gonna work on it some more and see where the night takes us. It's Friday, it'll be Saturday for you guys. And I have a little extra time, so let's see what we can get done. Yesterday we worked on the seat a little bit. I got it spaced up so it fit over that support bracket, and I cut some wood to make sure it was fitting right and also to have somewhere more comfortable to sit. I'll probably end up using that piece of wood. Right now, I think all I'm gonna do is make a support bracket for each side over here, because see how it's broken? I'm gonna make that, dial in the angle on here, and then I think I'm gonna stop on the seat for the moment and come back to it, because we'll eventually have to do like heat shielding and stuff on the back. I think this is a good enough place to stop. I'll leave the bracket slidable still, just in case we need to adjust it further, but I'm just gonna stop there and then we'll work on something else, and we'll circle back to this, but this gets it back in a good spot and we can finalize it later on down the road. All right, I changed my mind. I'm gonna tack these seat sliders in, and then we can weld them when we take this out to weld these tubes. But I think it's where it's gonna be. I'm just gonna lock them in. So I went ahead, I cleaned this up, and then where it was cracked, I burned that in with some weld just to fill it in. And then I'm gonna use these little thin tubes that I used on the radiator, and I'm just gonna put some small ones across the corner there just to strengthen it up so it doesn't break again. All right, I got those welded in. I think they're pretty symmetrical, which is awesome. They're strong. I mean, that's pretty solid now. So that's corrected that problem. I think my butt will still fit in here because my butt hangs over this, but it should be tucked into this still. So it should actually help hold me in from falling out that way, which is kind of a benefit as well. I'm gonna pop this seat off so I can weld the seat tracks better. I just tacked them in. I'll be able to get underneath and on the back side. So I'm gonna pop that off real quick and start welding that up. So this is actually gonna be a lot better than I was expecting. I cleaned up the edges here, and I can just lay a bead right in there on each side. And that's gonna lock that seat in really solid. All right. We burn those in on each side. I think that's going to be plenty to just hold them in place. I sat the seat back in here. It's not bolted in, I just sat it in. But that'll give you an idea of the room I have back here. So there's enough room to have a heat shield somewhere in here with like an air gap. And then I think what we're going to do next is I think I'm going to take that piece of wood and drill the holes through it and just put some nuts and bolts for now, just to have it on there. And we'll go to the hardware store or Home Depot or wherever, and we'll get those little nuts that hammer in eventually. So that way we could put the bolts from the bottom, and then eventually we could potentially like upholster the seat in some fashion. So that's what I'm thinking, but we'll just drill the holes for now so we can bolt it on there and sit down and all that good stuff. I'm trying to cheat and make this easy, so I've clamped it in place where I want it, and then I'm gonna flip the seat back like so, and I think I can just drill right through those holes carefully, and I think that'll get me where I need to be. I got my holes all drilled. They should be good enough. One thing I'm noticing is this sticks up, so I can grind the head of that down. It doesn't really matter. And I think it'll sit flusher. We might need a little bit of a spacer in there. So I think at this point, we're gonna need to figure out the axle placement and the way we're gonna drive this thing. I had a lot of different ideas, but let me bring you in and kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking. So you guys are right. This thing does not steer with the current axle placement. It's gonna take a lot of weight over the front axle. I think, in theory, the equivalent of the engine weight to get the front tires to steer, or like close to that, which might be like 400 pounds or something. Like, it's just not, it's not good. Then our go-kart's gonna weigh 1,000,000 pounds and it's gonna start braking more. It's just not gonna be good. It's gonna put a lot of stress. So I think we gotta move the axle back to get this thing to steer better. So I think we're gonna move the axle back where I have this tire, and we're gonna compensate with a bigger tire to make it look normal. That's gonna be the ultimate goal. So what I've done is I've placed jack stands back about that far in the frame to simulate what it will be with the axle that far back, how this thing will be weighted. It puts the engine just barely in front of the axle, which is gonna help a lot. I just have a dummy battery in here to weigh it down. And right now, without me sitting in it, if I grab the wheel, it's pretty hard to steer, which is good. We want that. That means that there's grip on these front wheels and we have better engine placement. So I looked at all sorts of axles. I looked at, everything, golf cart axles, side-by-side stuff, car stuff, and everything seemed complicated. I did like the idea of having car brakes and maybe a limited slip. I think that would help, but the more I researched, the more complicated that makes it. I did look at 90-degree adapter things and front-wheel drive transmissions and stuff like that, and just nothing really seemed to be simple and easy. Nothing seemed great. And then I started looking at golf carts that had motorcycle engines in them, and I came across my buddy Cleetus's video where he put, I forget what even motor it was, but it made about 170 horsepower, and they put it in a golf cart, and they just used a solid rear axle like this one. I watched the video very carefully, and it scrubbed a little bit, but it did turn fine. It turned pretty tight, and overall it was pretty usable. They did weigh it in the video, and it was roughly like 700 to 800 pounds, which I think we're right in that ballpark. So I think if I move this axle back, I'm gonna be good with the solid axle. I think it will steer. So the great thing about doing the solid axle is it just makes things a lot simpler. That was my original plan. So I have a lot of ideas, and I think we're gonna do this in stages because I'm still not monetized. We're getting close to, needing to drive this thing to get to the next level. So I think we're gonna do this in stages. I think stage number 1 is gonna be move the axle back, put a clutch on here, like just a go-kart clutch, I have that, and gear it appropriately that we don't smoke the clutch as long as we're not like flooring it. Just get it to the state where we can just putt it around a little bit and get a feel for the steering, if that's gonna work, like shake it down. Maybe we could upgrade the brakes and get it up to 20 or something and just stomp on them and see how well we can get it to stop. It's gonna gain a lot of attention for the channel too if the thing starts moving around and we can drive it. Then stage number 2, we're gonna probably do a CVT from like a snowmobile or side-by-side or UTV or whatever. Some kind of CVT with a belt. Or the other option we could do is we could do a Harley transmission. There's, I think, a shovel head or something has like a transmission you can separate from the engine, and we could potentially do that. There's a guy, Tom Novak, he's got sideways V8s on motorcycles. They're completely insane, but he's done some with Harley transmissions, and he's done one with the CVT too. So it's 100% possible. It's proven that that can work, and I think those are going to be great options. But I think first we're going to go with the go-kart clutch just to start out. So we're going to move this axle back. I think that's going to be this weekend's project, is to start on that. And right now I'm seeing a problem because our chain's gonna have to go right here, and this is in the way. So I think I'm gonna play around and see if it can come around and maybe up, and hopefully that'll help get us a little more room. And I'm also gonna hop online and measure the gear that I'm thinking I'm gonna need. So I'm playing around a little bit. I tried reversing the hose to see if that would be any better. The universal hose does turn a little bit tighter, but I think if I get a tight silicone 90 off at Amazon or something and I can turn it and go up this way would be the best. I cut this out. This is apparently 10 inches or so, and that represents a 60 tooth gear, which is what I think I need to make this thing move. So I think it's a little tricky. I think it can go something like that, and if that hose is up a little higher, we'll have a little bit of room there. So I think that'll work out. The axle might be a tiny bit lower, but maybe like an inch or something like that. So I think ultimately that's gonna work out. And I did check my chain, and it might be just barely long enough. I'm not sure. So I think we're gonna order a couple parts. And that's all we have time for tonight. I appreciate everybody that keeps coming back, commenting, subscribing, all that great stuff. You guys are the best. I can't wait to see this thing driving soon. Please support the project, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow because I make a video every single day.